Hey everybody, it's Connie with SimplySimpleStamping.com. I'm so glad you guys could join me today for a Tuesday tip. We're going to be talking about something kind of sad. Naked envelopes. Guys, nobody likes a naked envelope. Aren't those sad looking? You know what? This is something I've struggled with for a long time. I get so focused on my card. I make sure my card looks amazing, and then I stick it in a naked envelope. It's time for the nakedness to stop, don't you think? So today we're going to talk about 10 ways to decorate envelopes to make them amazing. Guys, Happy Mail needs to be extra happy, and the envelope needs to be happy too. So let me share my tips for today. For my first envelope, I want to do just a basic side image. I'm going to use the Love What You Do stamp set. I have a petal pink ink pad. I'll ink up my watercolor wash, and I want to stamp that off. I want to get some of that ink off of there. I can bring in my envelope. Make sure you know what direction your flap is going. You stamp that there on the left side. I'm choosing crumb cake for my focal image. I can take those flowers, stamp those right there, add a thank you down in the bottom right, back in with my petal pink, and I can go, you notice I'm not stamping off. That background was stamped off. That's why this looks so beautiful. And I can write the recipient's address here, return address there. Here's a fun envelope with the Accented Blooms stamp set. I've inked up Hello in gorgeous grape ink. We will stamp that here on the left side. I have a little scrap piece of cardstock. This is 2 by 3. And I'm just going to lay it about where I think my recipient's address will go. I've got a matching gorgeous grape marker, and I'm just going to put a couple dots here just to kind of guide me around. That should work. Now I'm going to freehand this, but it's nothing scary. I'm literally just connecting the dots. We all remember how to do that, right? Now that I have that, I'm actually going to go back kind of in the opposite direction. I now have room to write the recipient's address and plenty of room for my return address. This envelope is also from Accented Blooms, and I decided just to stamp that main image. And then I came in with my Stampin' Blends and I colored that. But one thing I want you to know, because I made this mistake, it bled through the back of my envelope just the tiniest bit. So I would recommend that you just take some junk mail or some scratch paper and put that in before you color so that you don't have that bleed. But I thought that would make for a gorgeous envelope to send. Don't overlook any of your stamp sets that are frames, and we have these great openings. So this is the Floral frame stamp set. I've inked up my stamp in soft seafoam green. This one I'm using a very vanilla envelope. And then we can take some of the other flowers. I can write right over that. Remember, that's a fairly light color, so I can put my return address there and add a couple more right there. How about giving your envelope just an all-around bold look? This was done with the Bloom by Bloom photopolymer set. And for this one, I'm using Flirty Flamingo, Pineapple Punch, Granny Apple Green, and Rich Razzleberry. But can you see how easy it is just to fill in? Now I want you to notice lighter colors because this is where my return address is going to go. So I stuck to the bolder colors around the bottom and the right side. I've got a nice, quick and easy one if you're short on time. I've got Graceful Garden, and look at this wonderful little image. I have a very vanilla envelope and a Blushing Bright ink pad right down here in the bottom left corner. And I love how it wraps around. So when I write the recipient's name and address, it kind of flows with the stamp. I like that one. I love the Around the Corner stamp set. We've got a lot of corners. Celebrate tiny victories. It's your day. We've got a couple It's Your Days. This one's for birthday. You matter. Guys, this is perfect for envelopes. Let me show you why. We have a great little corner piece, and you see I stamped those in 3 corners in Melon Mambo. I've inked up Hello There in Melon Mambo. We'll do that in the bottom left corner. Very cute. Let's add one more element. Why? Because we can. I have got Pineapple Punch, and this little flower is also from that same stamp set. And we're just going to add those to the corner. My card is ready with my recipient's name and address, and of course, return address. I'm not going to lie, this stamp set has been a little bit daunting for me, and I haven't used it yet. I'm so glad I pulled it out today. This is the Make a Difference stamp set, and I want you to notice we have uppercase letters, lowercase letters, and then we have a simple font. Now, guys, this is a photopolymer set, and it goes together so easy. I'm blown away. I can't wait to share it with you. First in this set, I have a great little leaf image. I'm going to start with that right there. I'm going to start with the letter G, and I'm going to use Balmy Blue. We'll start with G, the letter I, but this just sits right next to it with the photopolymer. You see it perfectly. The letter N, and watch this. It just touches the I. There's one. I'm going to spell Ginny. My daughter, G-I-N-N-Y. Oh my goodness, it looks hand lettered and I'm not hand lettering. We also have the stamp that says deliver to. Why not? I can now finish filling in her address. But if I wanted to, I have numbers and I have some smaller letters that I could go ahead and stamp it. Guys, it goes much faster than you think. And the little letters they touch each other perfectly. I love it. My last 2 envelopes are not stamped. We're going to do some embossing on this one. It's very simple to do. I'm using the striped scallop embossing folder, but guys, any embossing folder is going to look fabulous on this. I'm just going to line up the bottom of my envelope. I can then sandwich it between 2 cutting plates and run that through my Big Shot. And how cool is that? I love how that looks. It really adds a nice little touch. I've got one more. How about a little bit of designer series paper? Now, if I were to just stick this down, I don't know how well it would hold up at the post office. So I'm going to take some of our multi-purpose adhesive sheets. I'm going to peel off the back very carefully. There we go. Adhere our designer series paper onto our multi-purpose sheet. Now make sure you cut this a little bit bigger than 5.5 inches because the envelopes are just a tad bigger, more along the lines of 5 3/4. All right, peeling that away. I'm going to add this to the bottom of my envelope. We want to give that a really nice firm press, and I really have no fear of that coming off as it goes through the mail. I think it's stuck on there nicely, but I think that adds a really nice bright touch. There we go. Look at all these options. No more naked envelopes. We have nothing but beauty going through the mail. You're going to make so many people happy. Look at that. We are going to do our hand lettering. Simple stamping. We can do some designer paper or some embossing. Don't you agree these envelopes are much happier now that they're all dressed and pretty? I think so too. I hope you found a few tips today, a few designs that you go, hey, I can incorporate that. That's doable for me. I wanted to give you 10 really fabulous ideas, and I'm really pleased with how these came out. I hope you are too. Now, if you want to see more details about a certain envelope, if you want to get the colors or the stamp sets that I used, here's what you can do. Head over to simplysimplestamping.com and look for the February 19th, 2019 blog post. I'll have photos of all of them there. And then if you would like to get any of the inks or the stamps that I used, it's super easy. You just click a pick. It's going to take you right to my online store and you can order the things that you need. Guys, I would be so honored to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So be sure to head over to simplysimplestamping.com so you can order. Guys, thank you so much again for being here. Have a fabulous Tuesday and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.